Hello everyone, Jensen Organist here, and welcome back to another Wednesday night live stream. Hope y'all are having a good day today. Good evening, Toasted Oven. Good evening, Muradim. Whoa! Good evening, LAs. Right in my face. Alright. So the plan for tonight is strip mining. Yep, that's literally all we're doing. It. Oh, leads work differently now. Does that and that? Oh, there we go. I know things. No, I don't. I really don't. Okay. You get stone. You get andesite. That should be good. I'll grab the rest and throw it in the pit. That's what we do. So, if you missed the description of the video, I kind of have it in my head that I want to work on doing the cliffs around Arendelle, and doing that requires an obscene amount of stone. So, we are going to collect half an obscene amount of stone tonight. Actually, we're going to gather whatever amount of stone I can gather in the next hour. Because I have to be up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to school. So, yeah. Muradim, I figured this stream would be right up your alley. Or your LA. Yeah, after visiting there, and doing some terraforming, for the city the last couple of streams, I was like, yeah, I think that's the project I'm feeling most called to work on right now. So, yeah, I went and got all of the shulkers that were there. I do still have several double chests of stone over there, which is nice. Hi, Toasted. Yeah, so I got the shulker boxes. That's my goal, is to fill them. We'll see if that can be done in an hour, or if that'll be saved for another week. Alright, and I think that my thing is I throw everything except stone and andesite. I really, actually, hang on. I'm only in... Hello? Where's the other one? Where did the other LA go? You go down there? Oh, no, it's over here. Wait, come back. Yoo-hoo. Andesite on the floor. Hi, can I? Hey, hang on. Wait. You, come here. I would, nope, not. Can I have that, please? Thank you. And you can have, wait, come back. This, have that. There we go. Okay. All right. That back in the offhand. Getting over a cold, so I apologize if I am snuffling and coughing. But yeah, this is ye old strip mine, going all the way back to Season 1 when I got my first beacon. It's now powered by 3 beacons. And I can essentially, in one trip up and down, I can usually fill my inventory with stone. Or then some, because I didn't take all the extra stuff out of my inventory. So we're probably not going to quite make it until I go fix things. We'll be close. I can see the shulkers. The scary thing about this mine is I am getting very close to the point of, oh, we almost made it. Thank you. Any more? Thank you. All right, and here we put, nope, 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 nope. We put that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. All right. And then we throw everything else in here to get sorted. And we hope my LAs don't wander too far. I feel like we need a torch there. It's also nice to think about how far we've come since I started this mine in Minecraft, and that I don't need the disgusting number of torches that I used to need to keep the mobs at bay. I mean, technically, I don't need any. But, you know, it's nice to be able to see what you're doing. It's nice for you all to be able to see what I'm doing. Needing 0 is a huge compliment because the mob switches work. Yeah! So many villagers. Is it 80, I think, that I needed? Yeah, and then working out all the mechanisms to be able to turn the mob switch on and off. I need to bring my gamma mod over here that I have been using for apotheosis. Which I need to remember to record apotheosis tomorrow because I kind of forgot tomorrow is Thursday. I'm not entirely sure how I forgot that, but I was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to put a video out tomorrow. I was going through some stuff for the channel today, and I was looking at my, like, channel description that pops up, and I'm like, yeah, I release Minecraft videos every Monday! Like, and other content on Wednesdays and Saturdays? Fridays? I don't even remember what it was. But I'm like, yeah, this is a little outdated. Tomorrow is Thursday. We are all surprised. Yeah, I should have time to record it after school tomorrow, because we do only have a half day. I don't think I start teaching until 3. So... yeah, should have plenty of time. I forget what I was going to do. I had a plan for the episode. Little inside baseball. I have a creative testing world for that, and I sometimes fly around the areas that I'm exploring so that I have an idea of where I should go in an episode. I'm really enjoying that map. I wish it were a little more story-driven. That's just to get a feel for a project, yeah. Like, there's definitely a story, and I like that, but far too much is, hey, go find these towers, and then we'll give you something to work with. And the towers are kind of just like, roam and explore. Which is fine. You know, but then you have something you have to do, and, you know, and then it's like, well, do I go back to where I was, or do I keep going from here? One of the things that I discovered, was, the last mega quest we were in, I had jumped around to some of those different towers to find like the closest one. It turns out the place where we left Marshmallow was not Marshmallow, Cupcake. Was actually the closest to where we were. I think I just threw stone down. Oh, okay. So that's how that's gonna go. Okay, wonderful. All right, guys, we have to. Oh, this is not gonna work well. Made it. I'm alive. Both my legs are alive. Okay. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Okay, there we go. Wow, there was not a lot of stone in there. I also need a lot of dirt. Ooh, I can get dirt from under the center of the city. Oh, yeah, that would be a good place to get that from. Plus, I could clear the trees out of there. I actually think I might need dirt before I need stone. Dirt farm. Because as I was over there grabbing the shulker boxes, I was looking at the south side of the fjord, and I have the road in for that. I actually need to fill in like the rest of the terrain there before I can do cliffs on there. Which I can do cliffs in the river and the west side. But yeah, I think to really finish that off, I need yeah, I need to terraform the ground. So but yeah, there is a chance, and I'm not promising anything, but there is a chance that I might have time and actual like brain space to dedicate to OrgelCraft. Cause I accomplished a major major gaming milestone this weekend. Something that was 9 months in the making, and I honestly was not sure I would ever finish. But I have finally finished Baldur's Gate 3. Actual brain space would be, yeah. But yeah, so I've been playing that off and on since January, and I've had a bit of a hate love relationship with that game. I had seen a lot about it. I was very interested to try it out. Um, and I got it for Christmas, and I was like, we're going to give this a try. It is very, very, very much not the kind of game I play. Um, I'm not a huge fan of player-driven RPGs. Um, which, I mean, there is a whole story that you can follow, but again, it's a very open world, you make your own adventure kind of thing, and it's based on Dungeons and Dragons. So, which I have never played. So, I knew nothing about the game mechanics going in, and that was one of the things that frustrated me right away, is turn-based combat. Um, there's so much that you kind of need to know, and you can get away without knowing at the start, but as the game progresses, you kind of need to figure the stuff out. Or you will be like me, where you play and you get stuck on something because you have no idea how underclassed you are, or why certain things aren't working, or what you're supposed to do. Um, And yeah, I had, yeah, I think I had a couple of moments where I almost completely gave up on the game. The first was a few weeks into my playthrough. I don't mind. I don't mind violent video games as long as they're not overly gory. And this game really kind of pushed my tolerance for gore. Give me a good sandbox game over that. Yeah. Yeah, and I got into it and I was like, I don't know, because I'm a very visual person. It's why I don't watch gory movies, because if I see something, my brain has a tendency to fixate on that and show me these images that bother me at the worst possible times. You know, and then dealing with anxiety issues doesn't help that either. And so, yeah, so I was a few weeks into it and I was just like, I don't know that I can handle this. You know, and obviously, like, it's animated. I hate to use the word cartoony because it's not, but again, it's not like, you know, film realistic gore. So, there is that. And I will say, I felt like the goriest parts of it really were in the beginning of the game. And I kind of got used to some things. You know, there's definitely some stuff in Act 3 that it's just like, butchery. And it's not anything that, like, you see in cutscenes or anything. It's just like you walk into a room full of bloody body parts. You know, and sometimes that stuff would, you know, kind of come out of nowhere. Usually you expected, you could anticipate where stuff was going to be problematic. But yeah, but I kind of got used to it. I kind of became okay with it. And so pushed past that. And really started to get into the story. Worked well into Act 2. Was taking on the final challenge of Act 2, only to get my butt handed to me in the first phase of the fight, and didn't know why. And I was talking to a friend about it, And they're like, well, what level are you? I'm like, I don't know, level 6, level 7. They're like, yeah, you need to be like level 8 or 9 before you try that. I was like, oh, okay. So, but that was the next point where I was tempted to give up. I was like, I'm struggling with this. I can't make like any progress, like not even coming close to winning the fight. You know, and I don't mind like if it's a challenge, but this was, I mean, it was impossible. You know, I had you have a core group of 4 characters, and then occasionally you'll get allies that will join you for fights, and there were a whole bunch of these allies. Well, they were less than useless in this fight. So I ended up, fortunately, I was able to kind of backtrack in the game, and go back and catch up a lot of things that I missed. I still missed a ton of stuff. But I went back, I found stuff, I leveled myself up, and actually had a pretty good time getting through the boss of Act 2. And then the game just changes so dramatically in Act 3. And really enjoyed it and got myself fully leveled up and finally figured out how to get good gear and good weapons and managed to get all that stuff out. And then suddenly I started winning fights without too much trouble. Like, started to get into some of the strategy of it. And yeah, but yeah, Act 3 is so long in that game. And I was just like, oh, I've had several points over the last month and a half where I was like, I think I'm getting close to the end of this game. I'm nowhere close to the end of this game. But yeah, so then about a week ago, I finished something up and I was like, I have 3 fights left in this game. Like, I am almost there. And yeah, and I there is a side quest, and I won't spoil anything, but there is a side quest with what is actually the toughest boss in the game before you get to the final fight. It sounds like a very interactive soap opera. Pretty much, yeah. Because like all the companion characters have major story arcs that they go through, and it's pretty cool to play out. Because I was so bad at the game, I missed out on, I think, being able to have 3 different companions join. 1, because I didn't know I wasn't supposed to kill her. 2, because she had a death wish in the Act 2 fight. And 3, because I needed the one who had the death wish to get in Act 3. So that was kind of unfortunate. But yeah, I finally got to the point where I'm just like, I'm just going to embrace all my awful decisions, all the people that I can't save, and that's what a second run is for. But yeah, so I was talking to a friend about the side quest boss fight, and he's like, not giving anything. I'm not saying your final fight is going to be a cakewalk, but if you got that one done, you'll be fine. And it turned out I was. But you get to a point where this thing pops up on screen, and it's like, if you wish to proceed, you will not be able to go back. Like, you're in it till the end of the game. And I was like, all right, I'm ready. I'm geared up. Let's do this. 6 hours from that moment till the credits rolled. And I think I only had to reset from saves twice? And mostly because didn't realize what a thing meant. Killed my entire party. But I enjoyed it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to a second run. It's probably not a game I'll be playing on the channel. Not unless I go Yensid After Dark. I was really excited because Jem was streaming it. And so I was watching her VODs on YouTube, and I was like, this is awesome. And she did like 4 sessions of it, and then she hasn't done it in a couple months. I was like, no, continue. Maybe now that Hermitcraft is done, she'll go back to it. She streams a lot of other games though. Sorry, did not mean to bump the microphone. Yensid After Dark, indeed. She's doing Vintage Story. Okay. I was enjoying... Who was I watching that was doing Vintage Story? It might have been... Was it Python? I think it was Python. It might have been... It might have been a hermit, though. A current hermit. Whoops. If you don't have tome for this series, definitely don't have time for Vintage Story. No, I'm enjoying watching it. It's not something that I have any interest in playing. Actually, the one that I do have interest in playing is Town to City that Scar was streaming the other day. That game looks like fun. Again, it's probably another one of those that I don't have time for. But I do have my sights set on a couple other games. Gave up on Python ages ago. Too little follow through. Yeah. Actually, I think it might have been Vintage Beef who was playing Vintage Story. Or maybe XB? I'm trying to remember who that was. But yeah, I found that like if I'm doing personal playthroughs, I can really only manage one game at a time. Because I was playing what's it called? Control. Which was another game that was testing my tolerance for certain things in video games. XB's doing modded with Hypno. Oh, that's cool. I haven't watched a modded series in a while. I'm putting this down here because I'm putting this down here. Because I feel like it needs torches. But yeah, so I've been playing Control. I think I got through Act 1 of that game. And I forget why I kind of... It's something else. Oh, no. That was when Sandrock took over. Because I had been playing that and Sandrock. Control, you say that, and I only think Get Smart. I think of that, too. Um, yeah, no, I started playing Sandrock, and Sandrock became my obsession. Um, so that's what happened to Control. But I'm thinking I would like to go back and finish that. I'm probably going to start that game over, just because I think it's been like a year since I've played it. And so it might be worth the time. That game is not nearly as long. Hypno is about the only one I can handle watching extended modded play. My problem with modded is it gets so, like, overwhelming in what they're doing so fast, and if you don't catch every episode, it's really hard to keep up with what's going on. Yeah. The other game I have my eyes on is Clair Obscure Expedition 33. And I have a friend who's playing that, and he says it is absolutely incredible. I started watching a Let's Play of that, and I watched through the prologue and a little bit into Act 1, and I was like, nope, I don't want anything spoiled in this game. So I am gonna have to put watching this playthrough on hold until I can actually start playing the game and get ahead of it. You know, close to 200. Oh, I only watched another guy obsessed with Sandrock. Oh wow, nice. Who was it, out of curiosity, if you remember? Because I'm currently rewatching Food Then Games playthrough. Did I? Oh, I forgot to clear my inventory. Well, that was a mistake. Sorry, guys. Hang on. I gotta go. I forgot. I was talking, and I forgot. Thank you! Can't remember. It was maybe 6 months before you started playing. Only watched... Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a long game. I think my first playthrough was around 120 hours. Didn't sing your song. That's okay. I'm just drawn to how story-driven that game is. Another pickaxe. The nice thing about doing a series of that game, as a second playthrough, is that I know how to optimize and prepare for what's coming. Astroneer. I've never heard of that. But yeah, I usually like preview what I have coming for the episodes, and it's like, oh, look at this. I'm gonna need 20 steel bars tomorrow. Oh, I just happen to be making those. What a coincidence. As I always leave myself time at the end of the day to prep for the next one. Did I seriously not leave this out? Or is this the first time? Nope, nope, that's wrong. Oh, there we go. Oops. I'm kind of low on torches. Well, let's get some more. It's almost 10-year-old, very sandbox, but also has a story. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check that out. Of course, if I don't write it down right now, I will forget. So let it be written, so let it be done. Also, I just discovered that Hogan's Heroes is on Pluto. I don't know what that had anything to do other than so let it be written, so let it be done made me think of old movies, which made me think of old TV, which got me to Hogan's Heroes. Because I really need a Major Hochstetter episode just so that I can hear, what is this man doing here? Oh, good, it's on Steam. Excellent. Whee! I fell! You have all on Hogan's on DVD. I have one season of it. And I think it's season 1. I need to get the other seasons. That was one of my favorite shows. The TV show about a prisoner of war camp in World War II Germany that lasted longer than the actual war. I fell in the hole again. Have I watched Allo Allo? No, I don't think so. I think I may be overdoing it with torches. The old ways die hard. Thank you. BBC show. Huh. Is there any place that I can stream that? I have missed beacon mining. So satisfying. especially beacon strip mining, when you can just go. And I have this whole mine optimized that you never run out of beacon. Although what I should really do... Oh no, I was going to say I should set it up for regen. But I'm not in any danger of getting attacked. Netflix. I do not Netflix. Man, do you remember the good old days of Netflix? When you would go and you'd pick all the movies that you wanted to watch, and then they'd mail them to you, and you never knew what you were going to get. It was a simpler time. Season 1 on Prime. Watched it the old-fashioned way on PBS. To quote the great Fraser Crane, who watches PBS? I'll tell you who. Cultured, distinguished viewers such as yourselves. And if you can tell me what song is now stuck in my head, I will be very impressed. Never used Netflix for anything, barely used Blockbuster. Back in my day, the internet used to come in the mail. Did I? Yes. Yes! Something head, buttons and bows. I love you in buckskin, da 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 da. That show also has one of my favorite quips from an accompanist. Because when Frasier hands him the music for the aria, he's like, "Whoa." He's like, "Oh, is it too difficult for you?" And he goes, "Not for me. I can hit any note." I was like, that is such an accompanist thing to say. I was watching a reel the other day of this girl was doing like the most difficult musical theater songs to accompany. And she's done several. There's been several parts to this video. And the first one I was listening, I was like, oh yeah, some of these are pretty tough. She did one the other day. It was part 4, and I'm listening to these, and like she puts a little clip of the music on screen, and I'm listening to her play, and I'm watching like the music, and I'm like, is it just me? Or are these not actually that hard? Because they were all repetitive patterns, and I was like, once you have the pattern down, this isn't actually that hard to play. I did not leave such a comment because I didn't need to be blasted by people for saying that. There were a couple that I had played, and I was just like, these aren't actually that hard. How are we doing? This is 8. That's pretty good. Did we? Oh, we finished the level. My LA buddies, we finished the level. Yeah, so this is, oh, I guess I have more here than I thought. I thought I was getting really close to the bottom layer of this, but no, we have a long way to go. Which is good, because I need a lot of stone. Yeah, I'm dreading the day that I'm going to have to move this 3-beacon setup that way. So that I can start excavating the next part of the mine. And then we're going to have to figure out what to do with our zombie friends here. That one there, and that one there. They have their own little cave. Which one has the wraparound? This one has the wraparound. This one, I think, just has like a cave to tuck into. And then that one has the wraparound. That's at least 3 streams of levels. Yeah. Well, but see, we weren't going full length because I had already cleared this part out. And that was it half of that? I think it was about half. So, all right. Well, we now get to do the prep work of the next layer down. Oh, here comes one of my cats to yell at me. I think that was Sabrina. Oh, it is Sabrina. Oh, Hazel's. That's because Hazel's been here the whole time. Hi, Sabrina. Gone are the days when they were trying to get into every little nook and cranny. Yeah, Wednesday is my choir day, so I have to feed them dinner far too early in the afternoon. And they have taken to eating all of their dinner. Mind you, there was still some from breakfast left over in the bowl when I gave them dinner. Yeah, so then, of course, when I get home from choir rehearsal, the dish is empty. And they're like, you didn't feed us! And I'm like, not stupid, guys. Like, but we're so hungry! No, you're not. Yeah, believe it or not, it's been almost 2 years since I got them. Hey, look, another thunderstorm. Always starving. Yep. It feels like 6 months. I know. Yeah, and if memory serves, we were streaming for season 3. Which, yeah, I guess that would be about right. Uh-oh, another pickaxe down. I'm gonna run out of pickaxes soon. And of course, all of my XP farms are broken. Not really. I was actually debating spending some time... Whoa, that was a lot of gravel falling. Yeah, I was debating taking some time at the start of stream tonight to try to fix the zombie pigman farm, the gold farm. Maybe next week. Assuming we're not building cliffs. Actually, not cliffs. The other stuff. Dirt. It's fine. We can do this. I'll just keep checking it. 32. Uh-oh. Oh, that's... Am I even going to get all of that? Yes, okay. $21. I think that's good. Hey, Peter's wonder dig up the flash. Nice. What am I doing? I'm doing that. And that. And that. Where are you going? And then I always cut a path across from here, just so it's easier to get back to. Because I have actually found that if I go the full length, I usually don't have enough room in my inventory to keep all the materials. So that's why I usually carve this end out first. Because then it means I don't have to make extra trips to clear my inventory. Because you're being smart, Jensen. Smart, Jensen? What's that? It's dark! That's a hole. That big hole there. Oh, look out. Don't fly in front of the pickaxe. Also, don't throw things down the hole. Alright, and now that that is done, now we have to do the finding of the next empty shulker box. Now we have to move everything down. I need an axe. My axe is in there. That's not happening. Let's see. We'll break those. We'll get our axe. I'm going to axe myself a question. Alright, that goes... Excuse you. Excuse you. Thank you. Let's see here. The stone goes in there. And then all my other stuff goes here. Ender chest. Whoops. Move down there. This will put there. I don't know what this... Oh, that's just a... Let's put that there. Grab that and put it there. And then we'll move all this. E. E equals Minecraft squared. There we go. I got it all. Oh. All right. Let's do... What do we want to do? Yeah, I think I'm going to continue with my plan of clearing this out. So we're going to do one ring around here, and then we're going to call it a night because I have to get up at 6 o'clock. But my rule of thumb is if I have to switch tools or I hit a vein that doesn't insta-mine, I have to clear it out. That way, when I come to it on subsequent rounds, I don't have to stop. Torch went bye-bye. The only exception to this rule is when I'm carving the edge out. But I always find it very annoying to have to stop to dig up coal or iron. Look, no gift dirt in the mouth. Yeah. Except for the fact that I'm sending all of my dirt down to my storage below. I should have been putting it in a shulker box. It can be retrieved. It doesn't despawn. This is very true. It's the whole point of having a sorting system. At least until I unload and it breaks. It shouldn't, but it does. Okay, we need 9 more stacks of stone. to fill that shulker box, and that is what we are going to get. So we're going to do this. Now we have to be clever with this. So we're going to do... Nope. We're going to do like that. And so then, when I get to my 9th stack, it will show up on my hotbar. And that way, I don't have to think and keep checking my inventory. Oh, wow, I'm paying attention. Okay. Yeah. Time for bed, you say? Nonsense. All right. I imagine we're probably going to pick right up here next time I stream, unless I get the itch to do this on my own. We'll see. But that's where we're going to call it for tonight. So thank you all so much for watching. See you real soon.